Welcome back to my kitchen. On this episode of Trying Vegan with Mario, I'm gonna try and create some recipes that are filling and hearty and even, dare I say, a little bit meaty. But these are plant-based recipes. We're gonna start by making a vegan gravy. We're gonna combine some mushrooms, onions, and something called miso paste, which is really good for adding an umami flavor to your dish. And then also I'm gonna have my special guest, my friend Adam Witt, such an incredible private chef. He's not a vegan chef, I gotta let you guys know, but what I think is super interesting about him is how he uses traditional cooking methods and applies them towards plant-based cooking and has this great way of fusing flavors together, and he uses that expertise of seasoning meats and making different types of meatloaves and applies them to plant-based textures and is gonna teach us how we can make a lentil loaf, a veganized version of a meatloaf. Again, I'm not sure how well this is gonna work out. We're gonna find out when Adam comes into my kitchen later. And up next, I'm gonna teach you how to make a delicious vegan gravy sauce. Now, you may have heard that eating more vegan food can be better for your health and it could be better for the environment. But I'm here to make sure it tastes good. To start with our vegan gravy, we're gonna begin by heating up some olive oil in this pan over here. While that's heating up, we're gonna mince up an onion and a mushroom. All right, so cut your onion in half, take the skin off. I'm sure you'll hear me say this a lot, but I gotta repeat what I learned from Dr. Furman on one of my previous episodes, is that the closer you get to the outermost layer of the onion, the more powerful the nutrition is, the more powerful the cancer-fighting properties are. Go check out Dr. Joel Furman in the episode that we did together and learn a little bit more about the health benefits of an onion. But I'm sure that you guys know that onions just taste delicious, and onions, garlics, mushrooms, such a great base for all sorts of dishes. So we got our onion. We want to dice this finely. We're gonna cut it in the center and then just down, 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 down. All right, keep your fingers out of it. Use your knuckle to guide the knife down. Use your knuckle to guide it, all right? And we're mincing it, so we want to get this really nice and finely chopped. All right, so we got the first half right there. Again, take your onion, cut it twice, and then through the center a couple times. And then use your knuckle. As you can see right here, I have my knuckle as a guard, so I'm not slicing my fingers. This is one of the first things that I learned when I started to try and pick up my pace and learn the proper cutting techniques, is have a sharp knife, but keep your fingers out of it, and we just want to mince this. Okay, so we got it pretty close, and I'm just gonna keep going with it. Keep going with the onion. Now we got our onion where we want it. Ooh, sizzling. It's hot in here. Let's go. Now, grab your mushrooms, and same thing. We're just gonna mince up these mushrooms. Mushrooms, again, a very umami flavor. They're gonna add some of the meatiness to it. What I like to do with mushrooms is you wanna stabilize them. So the first thing I'll oftentimes do is I'll cut one side, flip it over, and then now it balances really well. Get it going. So 1, 1, 2, 3. 1, 1, 2. So now we got a couple of mushrooms brought down, and now again, we're just gonna mince these. We wanna get these really fine, and we're gonna start by putting all of these ingredients into a pan, and eventually we're gonna blend it. So it doesn't have to be too crazy fine, but we wanna get them equally so that they cook evenly throughout. Now we're gonna add our mushrooms to the onions. Turn it up a little bit. We got it on medium heat. We're gonna turn a little bit higher. Mushrooms, onion. What goes great with mushrooms and onion? Garlic. All right, so now we're just gonna mince up 3 cloves of garlic really quick. Now it's holiday season right now, so I don't know what time of year it's gonna be when you're watching this, but it's holiday season, it's cold. I live in Chicago, I travel between LA and New York City, but I'm always trying to come up with some hearty recipes that are very seasonal. And with vegan cooking, when I first started getting into this, I'm like, what's gonna be my protein? What's gonna be the substance for the food that I'm cooking? And at first I thought this is impossible, but then I'd start to discover things like this miso paste that we're gonna start using, and different types of vegan ingredients that truly do add that satisfying experience. You know, it's all about being satisfied from the food that we're eating, and how can we take something like a plant and make it a little bit more hearty and satisfying, and just really just winterize it, something cozy to sit down and really fill up on. We got our 3 cloves of garlic. Let's throw this in. Oh, smells so good. Now we're gonna sprinkle a little bit of salt. We're gonna let these continue to cook down, and we're gonna start working on this pan over here where we're gonna make something that's called a roux. And what that is it's combining a fat with a flour to create something that's gonna help thicken up the rest of the recipe. And to do that, typically you would use butter, right? But butter's not vegan, of course. So I had to go out and I had to find a veganized version of butter. And that's what I have right here. As you can see, vegan butter, looks just like butter. I've used it a couple times before on my show, and I love talking about it because it just goes to show me how impressive some of these plant-based substitutes are. How we can use different types of oils to recreate the fat that's within a butter. So as you can see, it's already browning. We're gonna turn this butter pan down a little bit, okay? We're just gonna add a big stick of butter in there, and then start sprinkling in a little bit of flour gradually. And that's what this is. We're just gonna have 2 pans going. Still got a few more ingredients that we're just gonna keep adding to these. This is a quick, fast action, fast moving recipe, so don't blink, pay close attention. We're getting going. That's starting to melt. We're gonna keep adding a little bit of flour to our roux, continue to stir it, and look at this magic. Vegan butter, treat it just like normal butter, and it's actually doing a pretty good job right here. Turn it down a little bit more. Keep it going. We're gonna let that continue to combine. And in this pan that we have over here, we're gonna start adding a couple more ingredients. I'm gonna add some coconut oil. All right, just a little bit of coconut oil. Again, more creaminess, more fat to the gravy. We're gonna add the last of our flour to the roux. Keep stirring this up. And when it comes to vegan cooking and when it comes to plant-based substitutes, there's a ton of variety out there. A lot of them use different ingredients, and it's still very experimental. Like, I've tried vegan bacon, I've tried vegan sauces, I've tried vegan this, that, and the other. Some of it tastes really good. Some of it tastes like complete crap. I'm trying to find the good stuff. And I'm really impressed right now at how this butter is working to create a roux, which is so important to this recipe. So if you want to find out what butter I'm using, follow me on the A Billion Veg app. Download A Billion Veg on your phone. That's where I'm going to let you know what types of brands I would highly recommend and which ones I've tried that weren't nearly as good as all the other ones. So check me out on the A Billion Veg app to find out what butter we're using in this recipe. Garlic, onions, and mushrooms, so good. Let's keep going with this pan over here. Right here, I have some miso paste. I'm gonna add a little bit of water. Add a little bit of water to this, and then start stirring it around, and it's gonna clump together. And again, it's gonna be something that's gonna give this gravy a thickening texture to it. So we're gonna add that to our pan. We're gonna sprinkle on some fresh thyme. I'm gonna add a little bit of vegetable broth. Woo! All right, guys, you can see, I wish we had smell-o-vision on some of these cameras right here so you guys could really get into my kitchen. Maybe that's coming on the next wave of technology, but for now, you're just gonna have to take my word for it. that this is smelling amazing. And we're just gonna let this cook down, both of these for about 5 minutes. I turned this one on low, let the garlic, mushrooms, and onions and all those other ingredients cook down for a couple more minutes. And then when we come back, we're gonna add it to our blender and finish off our gravy. Pan number 1 is ready. Now let's add our roux to this mixture. Ooh, bam, yeah, baby. Look at that right there. Oh, we're making gravy out of some plant-based ingredients. No bone broth in my kitchen this time. You know, we're not boiling up our liver or anything like that. This is just straight plant-based ingredients. This pan is almost ready to get blended up. A few more stirs, bring it around town. I'm liking that, and we're gonna throw this into our blender. Everything we need to make a delicious vegan gravy. All right, blend it up to perfection. Look at that vegan gravy. Ooh, yeah, that's an impressive texture right there. Like, looks good, tastes good. Oh, I'm excited. When we come back, I'm gonna be visiting with my friend Adam Witt. He's gonna teach us how to make a lentil loaf. We're gonna throw this gravy on top and have an incredible, hearty, filling, winterized recipe for you on Trying Vegan with Mario. Welcome back to Trying Vegan with Mario. I am so excited because once again, we're in my Chicago kitchen right now, and I'm looking for some hearty, filling, warm, wintry dishes. We made the gravy earlier, and I'm so excited to welcome my guest to come and teach me how to make his incredible lentil loaf recipe. My guest today is Adam Witt. He's been working with me a ton on recipe development for you to enjoy. Welcome to my kitchen, Adam.
What's going on, Mario?
Yeah, buddy.
Good to be here, man.
Yeah, you too, man.
Cool, cool.
So, can you tell me a little bit, like, why even bother making this vegan food? Like, what is your interest in vegan food?
I would say that my main interest in vegan food is just taste and flavor. Cool, I just also think it's kind of the future and where everything's going, and sustainable, tastes good, I'm about it. It's cold here in Chicago, it's about to be December, there's snow on the ground. I'm looking for something hearty, warm, filling, something that's gonna put a big smile on your face.
Yeah.
You sit down, you pop the loaf on the pan, you're ready to roll. Oh. I actually like this recipe more than meatloaf, dude.
Really?
Yeah, straight up, like I do. It's I say that, I'm brutally, I'm honest.
More than meatloaf, okay. Okay, all right, we'll see, all right.
Yeah.
Now, I think it's time to say it's time to loaf.
It's TTL.
It's TTL.
It's time to loaf.
Time to loaf.
Let's do it.
All right, what do we gotta do first for this lentil loaf?
We are going to saute these vegetables up. Right here we have something that is actually called in cooking a mirepoix. It's a fancy French word. Celery, onions, carrots. That's what mirepoix is. I actually added garlic to this as well.
Let's get this on a pan.
All right.
Boom.
About give or take 2 tablespoons of olive oil in the pan. Make sure the bottom's coated in your hot pan. We're gonna add our mirepoix plus garlic in the pan now. Everything in. And we're gonna cook this until softens, you know, give or take 4 or 5 minutes, something like that. Also remember to season as you go. Never throw a bunch of salt in at the end. You're just not gonna get that like sort of distribution you want to need. When you pop your mirepoix in the pan, you want to make sure that you have like an even dice on these things because your veg will start to cook at different times. Like if you have huge pieces of chunks of carrot, the garlic's gonna burn, the onion's gonna burn, whatever you have it. So it's time to add the spices now. Again, garlic powder, onion powder, cumin, red peppers, fresh thyme. Pop that in. Maybe a touch more salt and we're just gonna wait until those spices bloom a bit where you can really start to smell it. 1-2 more minutes. All right, so these are looking nice and soft in here. Don't be afraid to take a little. I'm gonna add about a little under a half cup of veggie broth, just to kind of help it along. Help that soften up a bit. I'm actually also going to add my lentils too. pop lentils in. And this is gonna be like the body and the base of our loaf. So, Loaf Nation.
What's the last step?
We're gonna add in our organic tamari. It's basically soy sauce, but it's gluten-free.
Yep.
And also vegan Worcestershire sauce. And you do gotta be careful when choosing Worcestershire because lots of it can have anchovies in it. So make sure it's vegan.
Cool.
And we're just gonna add, it's about a teaspoon of each, give or take, add that in. And then we're gonna turn off the heat and give it a mix. And we're gonna move over to the next step, the recipe.
All right.
I think the word loaf is probably the best word in the world.
Oh, man, just keep going with that.
So we have one large bowl and one medium bowl. I essentially just took the mixture that was in the pan and divided it. So in this large bowl, or mixing bowl, we're gonna have about a quarter of the mixture. And then in the smaller bowl, it kind of seems backwards, but in the smaller bowl, we're gonna have 3/4 of the mixture that we are going to blend to make smooth and then mix in with our non-blended mixture. All right? Sounds kind of complicated, it's not. Take our mixture and we're gonna add it into the Vitamix. Lost a carrot. Oh, I love this thing.
Oh, yeah.
Love it. I'm not even gonna pulse it, I'm just gonna blend it. We're gonna send it. Full send.
Send it.
And then I'm just gonna plunge, baby. We're plunging. Yeah. And scrape down the sides. This could take a couple of minutes if you want. Give it a Jamba Juice slap. They always did this at Jamba Juice.
Yeah, it's good.
Shout out Jamba Juice. Send me a gift card. Back in the blendy. This is a very unappetizing word, but mushy.
Get a closer look in there.
Mush level.
Mush level.
Mush level is optimal.
Mush level.
All right, so we're gonna take
activated.
We're gonna take the mixture here and we're going to add it into this big mixing bowl that I had mentioned prior.
Yes. Love it.
All right, so the next part of the step is we're gonna take our mixture and we're gonna add in our oats and our brown rice flour. So in go the oats in the flour. All right, so we're gonna need a flax egg.
Let's do it, flax egg.
All right, so Mario, I mean, let's do it, man. You're the flax egg moneymaker.
So much in vegan cooking is we got 3 tablespoons of flax. Add about a third cup of water.
Equal.
And this is great because this is a really good egg substitute. It just binds together other ingredients and helps thicken anything. What we're gonna do right here is just add the water, add the flax, give it a quick mix. And you're gonna wanna let that sit for 10 minutes.
Yeah, let it come up and get thick. But what?
Guys, guess what? We got...
What do we got, Bray?
We got a flax egg already
Oh
prepared,
my
guys.
God, a little bit of kitchen.
Cooking show magic.
Straight up.
Yeah.
Straight up. Shout out Martha.
Shout out Martha Stewart.
What do we got? So this is a better consistency here. Look at that.
It's gonna look like after you let it sit for about 10 minutes. We got the before, we got the after.
Yeah, before. Kind of chunky and liquidy.
Yes.
That's like sticking to the spoon and falling off.
Exactly. This is gonna bind together all those ingredients. Really bring together that loaf to give it that loafiness.
Loaf.
Loafiness. Loaf.
All right. We're just gonna give this a little bit of a mix. Muscle it through.
Yes.
If you can get a good little forearm workout
Yep.
for free.
We're getting in good shape because
Dude.
that's one reason we're eating plant-based food. You know, we're trying to get in really good shape. Big smiles, good energy.
Woo!
Yeah.
You gotta do this, man. It gives you confidence. All right. Confidence 300. All right, so we got our trusty loaf pan here, our mixture, some olive oil and a glaze. And there you go, man.
We want this loaf to come out looking picture perfect.
Yeah.
So we're covering
Oh, it
all
shall.
the walls. Boom.
Spoon in the loaf mix.
The consistency there, it's relatable to like.
It's like a ground-
pounding it
yeah,
right now.
totally.
It looks ground with the chunkiness.
I'm not gonna get it perfectly smooth because I like the little ripples in there because when you put the glaze in, the glaze will seep into the crack, will sort of caramelize over. So, okay, this is looking good. This is looking good.
Looking wavy.
Looking wavy. Yeah, so this is just a little bit of sriracha, maple syrup, and balsamic vinegar. Sounds weird, kinda is, tastes really good.
I trust you.
All right, so we're just gonna drizzle this
There's a lot
over
of trust in this kitchen.
and kind of gently rub it across. It doesn't all have to be covered. Oh, fun fact, did you know sriracha is actually fermented? It's fermented chili, hot sauce.
Really?
Yeah.
Can you make it at home? Is it something?
Oh yeah, so, man, next episode, bro, I'll show you how to do it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right.
There
We
you
got homemade sriracha coming up
There you
next.
go.
With Adam Witt in the
yeah.
house.
All right, so this is ready to go in. It's gonna be 30 to 40 minutes on 350, just watch it.
All right. Sounds
do it.
good. Easy enough.
Pop that in.
Bad boy. I'm on a mission and I won't stop. No destination, but it's worth a shot. You
more loaves. Time to loaf.
It is officially TTL.
TTL. Time to loaf. Loaf is so good. We had to make an episode about it. Let's go. Welcome back. Our incredible vegan lentil loaf is ready.
It is officially TTL.
Time to loaf.
Straight up.
We got this vegan, heavily mushroom-inspired gravy, nice and thickening right there. That's
Beauty,
some of the
beauty.
tapioca starch, like I mentioned earlier. Let's just drizzle a little bit of this on top.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Grab your plate. Let's try this out.
Let's do what we do. All right, I'm just gonna kind of send the corner.
Send the corner.
Yo.
Yo. The gravy is creamy on top. It helps balance out some of the kick from the glaze. Carrots, when they're cooked up and they're softened like that, they add a really meaty texture. That's one of those vegan tips.
It's decadent. It's good. It'll fill you up. It'll warm you up.
Yes, fill you up, warm you up.
This is Chicago veganism, baby.
Chicago veganism. Back to my roots. This is where I was born and raised. I just gotta say, thank you so much, Adam, for joining me.
Bring it in.
Bring it in for a hug. You guys have no idea. This guy is helping me so much develop some recipes.
This is a very soft shirt.
This is a new shirt.
I love it.
Just for this episode.
I know.
Just for you.
It's great.
And this, we're styling. We're looking good.
We try.
We gotta look good. We gotta, feel good. Eat good, feel good, look good. That's a part of the motto. Do your best and get out there and try this lentil loaf, guys. Stay tuned for more delicious plant-based recipes on Trying Vegan with Mario.
Peace.
Time to devour the loaf. TTDL.
Yo.
For the full recipes from this episode and all my other episodes, visit tryingveganwithmario.com. Thanks for watching.
My queen got machine gun hips, better duck once they go off.